onion, a small but a very essential ingredient in a Zambian home. Let me say, in every home, be it in town, rural areas, or in farms. It is something that is very essential, whereby everyone wants to use it. Onion has also created employment. It has brought people together, and of course, it has added the economical value in your life. Join me as we explore how to produce, how to store, of course, how to sell your onion. Hi, I'm the mad farmer from Chipangari district, deep down in the village of Eastern Province. Welcome to my program. I'm somebody who's so passionate about agriculture, be it animal or crop. Today, I am going to take you through on how to do onion production. But I am only going to look at the nursery part of it. I will start with the seed selection. Of course, I'll end up to the nursery. The reason is I don't want to confuse you, because this is the time you are going to start the preparations. Of course, this is March. In Zambia, for small-scale farmers, this is actually the perfect timing for you to do the nurseries. Of course, there are other countries where it's the start of rain season, but particularly in Zambia, this is the perfect time. But before we actually go deeper, we need to identify the seeds. What do you want to do? How do you want to sell your onion? There are so many varieties of seeds on the market. Of course, there are too many varieties. There's hybrid, of course, there's OPV. OPV simply means open pollinated varieties, or in simpler terms, local. So now here is the thing. Hybrid is a little bit high in as far as price is concerned. OPV or local is usually very cheap. For example, 2,000 for local OPV, 8,500 for the hybrid or the F1. Now here's the catch. Most commercial farmers love doing hybrids because, one, they are faster, their quality is very good, their shelf life is also long. It's been improved. But when you go on the market, a common person is not going to see the difference unless those that know onion. Now, when you are looking for these varieties, please know your market. Know your market. If your onion will be sold on an open market, and then you are a small-scale farmer, just go for OPV. Just go for OPV, because that one is costly, and then storage will be very difficult for you. Why do I say storage will be very difficult for you? Most F1 or hybrid seeds, they dry up. The leaves dry right when the onion is still in the field. Unlike the OPV, that you usually uproot them when the leaves are still green, whereby you can get them and hang them in the shade. Okay, here's another catch. If you plan to sell your onion as fresh, it's better you go for varieties like Texas Grano. It's a very good varieties for those that want to actually sell direct from the field. But I would advise you, if you don't have a market yet, and then you want to sell on an open market, Soweto, Kasumbalesa, Nakadori, the one in Kitwe, it's better you go for, if you want white, go for Hojem. If you want red, I always recommend the Easy Red, which we usually supply. Now, here's another thing. How do you start your preparation? Well, you've done everything. But before we go any further, let me also give you the seed rate. In a 1 kg seed of onion, you have 250,000 seeds. This, we proved it, we counted here at the Mark Farm. 250,000 seeds. Okay, 250,000 seeds. So, a lima, you need a plant population of between 180 to 200,000, or I would say 150 to 200,000 as plant population. Now, why are we recommending 1.5 kgs when the number of seeds in 1 kg is 250,000? It's very simple. Onion has got mortalities. Some of them, that's why if you look at the label, they'll tell you germination percent is 98, 97. So those are the things which actually come into effect. One, some seeds will not germinate. Two, there will be mortalities. Sometimes when you become careless when applying your fertilizer at the nursery, you end up burning some of your onion. So to be on a safe side, for you to be safe, we usually recommend 1.5 kg per lima, making it 6 kgs in a hectare. Remember, the onion we are talking about is not rain-fed. It's actually winter onion, meaning that if you are to do the onion today, March, you should be able to harvest before August, somewhere there, because it's OPV. If it's hybrid, you need to harvest by April, May, somewhere there. So now, having given you that background, let me also push you in on the fertilizer, because I know people will be asking how many bags of fertilizer do we need in a lima. In a lima, you need about 4 to 5 bags of fertilizer in a lima, meaning that if you multiply that times 4, you have your answer for a hectare. Now, let's zoom it down to the nurseries now. Some people prefer doing direct planting from the seed direct into the field. You can only do that if you know what you are doing, or you've got a professional by your side. It is a very good idea, but you need to know how you are going to handle weeds. Weeds are the biggest problem when it comes to onion production. I've seen people abandon their fields. I've seen big companies. I wouldn't want to mention names, but there's a commercial farmer somewhere in Chisamba who had hired somebody from Europe to come and do the onions. That white man ran away when he saw how the weeds were coming out. He failed to control the weeds. I know the owner of the farm, when he sees you, I think he's just going to smile, because he knows what I'm talking about. He had to run away. You see, that's how come some of us were actually engaged and then tried to do one or two things here and there. So what I'm trying to say is, if you know what you're doing, go for direct planting. But I would advise you, first of all, start with doing nurseries. Do nurseries. It's very, very easy to do nurseries. So now, let me take you through the process of doing nurseries. For 1 kg of seed, just do about 3 beds of 1 meter by 25. 1 meter by 25. I think 2 or 3 beds will be enough, so that your onion can have enough room for them to grow a little bit bigger, because they need to be transplanted when they are pencil size or something better. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing your nursery, there's also another problem that comes in when doing a nursery. The same weeds always bother you. Now, here's the secret how we do it. How we do it is when we are doing our nurseries, you make your bed. Your bed is ready for nursery. What we normally do is we get the dry grass. We put on top. We can get the dry grass. In our case, we use the maize stalks, the dried ones. You put on top. After putting on top, now you bend them. When you bend them, what you are actually doing is you are actually killing or burning all the seeds to the weeds on top there. Let me just say in your bed, and then your weeds will take time to come out. By the time your weeds are coming out, you would have transplanted your onion. I'll give you an example. If you look at this bed here, come closer. If you looked at this bed, already this was not bent. We just planted it directly without bending. So this is the germination of the onion, but if you look at these are already out, meaning that we are going to have a challenge doing the weeding. But you can show them that side. If I take you that side, that area was actually, this area was actually bent. Okay, we did the bending. So now we did our nursery, which is, you see, the seeds have started germinating, but there are no weeds there. All those white stuffs you are seeing, that's the germination of our seed. So it's very, very important. This is where the key is. Because if you're not careful, this is where the mortality starts. This is where the mortality starts. Take good care of the nursery, everything will fall in place. Now, if it's hybrid seed or F1, the seeds will be on the nursery for 4 to 5 weeks. If it is OPV, like the one I've planted, the seeds will be on the nursery for 6 to 8 weeks. Now, your seeds are 8 weeks. Or for example, your seeds are 6 weeks, or your seeds are 5 weeks. Now you're transplanting. The best thing you need to do is uproot those things. You can even cut off the leaves. I mean, it doesn't matter. You cut off the leaves, you transplant. When you transplant, I want you to understand one keyword. Immediately you transplant, within 3 days, you need to spray your weed killer. I've had a lot of people come in my inbox. No, I've got a lot of weeds. Which weed killer I'm going to use? The weed killer you're talking about from Modern Bazaar and stuff like that. No, you missed it. You missed it. Where I come from, we say menampoyamba, meaning that the first cut is the deepest. It determines the future of your onion. It determines the quality of your onion. Remember, whilst your onion is on the nursery, it will require fertilizer. Okay? 14 days from germination, just apply a very small amount of fertilizer. Very small, otherwise, if you increase, you burn. It has happened here so many times. You see, whereby we lose our onion. You see, after that, start your spray program. It's very, very important because once your onions are disease-free from the nursery, everything will fall in place. Everything will fall in place. A good lima, everything being equal, it should be able to give you something like 800 to 1,000, 1,200 bunches of 10 kgs. I'm saying this again because somebody will come and ask me. A good lima will give you somewhere between, let me just say between 500 to 1,500, just in between there. You should be able to, depending on your management. If your management is good, very good, it can even go above that. Now, those numbers, if you want to find out for a hectare, multiply those things by 4, because in our preamble, we said that 4 limas will make a hectare. So whatever I'm discussing here, I'm discussing under a lima. So you have to be divided, multiplying them by 4 for you to understand if you want to translate them into a hectare. Now, here's another thing. For those that are growing onions for the first time, especially small-scale farmers, the best you can do is don't rush into bigger numbers, into big hectares and stuff like that. You can just do 1 or 2 limas. Those will be enough for you so that you can gain the experience. And then slowly, you actually be growing. I've been receiving a lot of messages, especially those people who supplied with seeds. They've been coming to me, no, I want now seeds. Some people have already sent money for the seeds. Why? It's because they have seen the benefits of growing onion. It will add economical value into their own lives. So now, I want to end where the preparation of beds. Okay, now here's the thing. Our standard here at the mud farm is 1 meter by 25. But I'm not saying this is what you need to do. It depends. If you know, one thing about agriculture, it has evolved. It keeps changing all the time. It keeps changing all the time. Okay, for example, we want to try another method here. Instead of us doing 1 meter by 25, we want to put these things into blocks. Why are we saying so? Because we use rain horses. Because most of the time, most of our waters goes to waste in those areas where you pass. Because there are no plants, the waters goes to waste. And then, you know, we don't have much water because the rains are a problem. So you can put it the way you want to put it. If you want, you can put it a very big block, and then so that you don't waste water, and then it will be cheaper. A small land will give you a better yield. Okay, so now, whilst you are preparing, let me run you through what you need for you to do this. I'm doing on a lima. You will need 5 bags of fertilizer. You will need 1.5 kgs of onion. You will need something like 3 liters of insecticide. You will need to 3 kgs of fungicides. Of course, you need some foliar fertilizer. I mean, who would refuse a snack at 16 hours? What else do you need? I think for now, those are the main things. Of course, you need a bottle of weed killer. Very important. You need those things. So whilst you are done with this, these things are going to help you out. You can do your budget. I will not tell you. The only thing I can tell you is the seed we have is 2,000 per kg. And then fertilizers, those that are in Zambia, just put them at 1,000. You know, some are a little bit lower, some are a little bit higher. And then you need 2 types of fertilizer. You need the base of fertilizer, which the easiest you can do is decompound. And then you can get can. The reason why I've always advocated for can, because can is something that is going to help your plant have a longer shelf life and then improve the quality. You see? And then it will boost your plant because of the nitrate that breaks down immediately after broadcasting. Like I said in my previous videos, these 3 components that are found in the can are very essential for your onion. Okay? Of course, the nitrate will start working immediately. Okay? The nitrate will start working immediately. The ammonia, because it's calcium ammonia, the ammonia will actually be broken down and be converted with the help of the soil enzymes. They will actually be converted into nitrate, and then the plant will keep on eating slowly. And then the calcium will work on the strength, the strongness of your onion, and then giving it the best, longer shelf life and good quality, because it doesn't stay long, it will actually go out. The disadvantage of using urea is urea stays longer in your plant, meaning that when you uproot that, you'll be eating the urea, and then it goes bad easily. Imaola, it gets rotten. So that's why you've always recommended can fertilizer. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed my program, feel free to get in touch with me on matters of this nature. My number is still the same, 0977 851196. 0977 851196. Or give me a call on the same number. When you actually send me a message on WhatsApp, please go straight to the point. Go straight to the point. Let's not, hi, how are you, how's the family, stuff like that. It's very, very important. And hey, don't forget to mulch your nurseries. You can either use a shade net like ours, or you can use the grass. If you're using the grass, don't choose the grass for this year because it has got seeds. The seeds is going to drop into your nursery and then they'll germinate. You'll be doing the same things over and over and over. Remember, for you to have a very good germination percentage, mulching plays a key role. At no point should your seeds be dry. They should always be moisturized like a baby. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.